Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing some more Masters of Run casting. For today's game we're going to be having Meowz versus Puck. And the map is going to be Australian Outback, which we have seen once before. In fact, it was Puck versus MFW, I believe, which was the first cast on my channel for Masters of Run. And that was going to be a best of 3 as well. And this is also going to be a best of 3. I was sent 3 replays. So yeah, let's see how it goes. For the nations, we have Russians here for Momo in red. His ally Woojean is going to be French in purple. On the other side here for Puck, we have Roachy here, who's going to be Brits in orange. And finally, his ally Hockeystar is going to be Aztecs in blue. And I believe last time this map was picked, Hockeystar did go for Aztecs in that game as well. So we'll see if he's going to be able to pull off Aztecs better this time. And we'll see how long Roachy holds out against Momo. Because last time against MFW, it was looking pretty hairy. I mean, he was against Naoto's Nubians, and Nubians are obviously very strong in this map, and Roachy was Americans, which is a slow nation, of course, so it wasn't a good game, because Americans, of course, get strong sort of gunpowder age onwards, so he wasn't able to get into the game properly. But anyway, let's just see how this game goes. So I'm just going to hit start here. And yeah, let's begin. So already I see a Copper here for Momo. And Copper is actually a good rare in this map because it increases the hit points for your dock units, as you can see. So it's actually going to be quite useful here. He has Pappy as well in this sort of area between Woojean and Momo. Pappy is of course a very good rare as well. There's Peacocks here, which is a good wealth rare, but I think on this map it's not going to be as useful. There's Wool here. There's Gems. Gems is going to be very good on this map because well, Gems is just a good map. I mean, a good rare to have in general. And Wool is actually quite decent as well. There's Bison here, which is okay. Not as useful for this map. And there's Wine here, which is decent as well. So overall, decent rares for Meowz. I think the standout rares is going to be Gems and Pappy. And of course, Copper as well. Which I don't often hear myself say. And also there's Tobacco here as well, which is actually decent. And there's going to be Silver here, which I think is sort of in the middle here, I think it's safe to say. I think it's definitely up for contestation. On the other side we have Furs here, which is a nice rare to have, and the Silk, so already we have 2 library rares for Puck. Both in Hockeystar's territory. There's Marble here, which is not so great. We have another library rare as well, so Die, which is decent. And Obsidian, which for Brits is actually quite good because obviously Brits already get some pretty good archers. So having the Obsidian as well is even more beneficial for Brits. So yeah, I do think I prefer the... I don't know actually, I think I do prefer the rares for Meowz personally, because Pappy and Gems I think are both very strong, and Copper as well. That's like the only C rare I can see. No pun intended. So I think Meowz do have the edge on the C. Let's actually look at the scouting for both teams here. We do see that because there's less ruins on this map, there's not going to be as much scouting as there would normally be on, say, Sahara. But I do see that Momo has missed a ruin here in his own territory, which could be lookout scouted. On the other side, it looks like Woojean has done a pretty fairly good job as well. He's there's no ruins left in his territory. In fact, there is one here. So you know, there's 2 ruins left in the Meowz territory that could be collected. But let's actually look at the ruin count here. Oh wow, so we do see that Woojean has only 1 ruin, whereas Momo has quite a few ruins, and both Roachy and Hockeystar have the same ruins, 3 ruins. I think Momo has 6 ruins there, so he's definitely doing well scouting. But yeah, I'm just interested to see what the strategy is going to be. So we do see a trireme being made from Hockeystar here, and I think his plan is to do some water raids. I mean, as Aztecs, if you can pull off some water raids, then not only is it going to be detrimental to the opponent's wealth income, but also it is plunder. And it looks like Silver is in Hockeystar's territory here, so let's just see if he can protect this. And it looks like Woojean has scouted it here, so it looks like it will be getting raided. And there is the barracks coming up for Woojean as well, so it looks like he is going to be sending out some units here to go for the wood camp, it looks like, for Hockeystar here. Momo on the other side going for 2 universities, and also 2 barks here as well. 3 barks, in fact. And because he has copper, these barks are actually reasonably tough to take down, I would say. In fact, I think 3 of these barks should probably take down 1 trireme. Because like with some decent micro, I think that could easily be the case. And yeah, Roachy doesn't have any way to stop these raids so far. He doesn't have any dock units of his own. There's some bowmen here to defend Silver. Yeah, and honestly, having gems for the Meowz team with a Russian player is very, very strong, because I mean, Momo could get a city like here and easily secure Silver, and also he could potentially split Hockeystar and Roachy, because this is quite a long distance to traverse to help each other out. So I feel like a city here for Momo could easily sort of blockade any sort of help between them both. Now, Hockeystar does need to be careful here, because Woojean could easily just make a fire raft and take out this trireme here, since there isn't any bark. And it is literally right next to the dock, so yeah, and there is also one coming from Momo here, so yeah, a bit unlucky there. Civic 2 here for Hockeystar. Yeah, nice raids from Momo here. He's upgraded the barks to the Dromans. And he will be taking out this fisherman here. But yeah, Roachy's wealth income still looking pretty good. You could also get taxation here, since it is cheaper. And he has the temple, so I assume, you know, getting taxation is It's basically the first thing I would do whenever I build a temple as Brits. It looks like Woojean here has gone for Despot. He's going to be trying to raid this wood camp here. And also the metal mine for Hockeystar. So let's just see how this goes. Couple of units here for Hockeystar, but I don't know he's going to be able to counter this. And as I was saying, Momo is trying to get a city here to sort of separate Roachy and Hockeystar here, but thankfully Roachy does have some units here, so he's gonna be delaying the city. I don't think he's gonna stop the city because there are more villagers being sent from Momo, and also there's a cataphract here as well as a light horse coming up, so I don't think it's gonna be stopped entirely. And also it looks like Roachy went Civic too, and I think he wanted to build his city here, so he's gonna have to build it perhaps like over here, or yeah, oh, he's actually gonna build it in the back, and I'm not too sure if I like that. I know why he's doing it because there's wood camp here, but I do think building it sort of here would be more beneficial, because now what Flowerpunk could potentially do is get a castle here as well, and he could really separate these two, and that means he can either go for Roachy or for Hockeystar very easily here. Go on Science 3 as well. I mean, why not? He has Poppy. And this is a really strong Despot attack here from Woojean. You know, putting the French power to good use here, and he's getting quite a bit of plunder as well. And I don't really see many units here from Roachy. He is kind of like separated between his two cities here. I mean, he has a stable this side and a barracks this side. A very successful raiding here from Woojean. And there is some action still happening in the sea here, it looks like. Looks like Hockeystar is going to be setting out these triremes here to raid the other side. And Roachy has gone to medieval age here. But this is a really strong boom here for Momo. In fact, he's actually pretty much ready to go to gunpowder. He just needs the food. Yeah, and this horse archer here has been a bit of a pain for Hockeystar here, just in the back of the city here. And yo, look at this border push here. And he also has religion as well. Yeah, Hockeystar needs to get this to a big city right now. Just to, I mean, this is a lot of units for Woojean here. So I do think, and this is the thing, because I do think Hockeystar needs help from Roachy, but because of this, this sort of like divide here, it's going to be difficult for him to help out. And it looks like Momo's going for another city as well. And this is kind of what I was saying. I mean, this is like the power of Russians right here. And I think on a map like this, where there's not much land, Russians with gems, this is a really deadly combination here. Roachy trying to do something here. He's trying to raid the caravan route here, but I think his efforts would be best spent helping out Hockeystar here, because I do think Hockeystar does need help here. So this is a very scary looking French despot army right here. And also the caravan route in this map isn't going to be too useful to raid, because Momo's going to be getting the majority of his wealth income from the fish, of course, so okay, and here comes the rotation from Woojean here. Yeah, I don't think this is looking particularly good here for Hockeystar. I do think the city is going to go down. I mean, it is difficult against French, especially as Aztecs in the early ages, because Aztecs are notoriously weak until they hit Gunpowder Age. And, wow. Gonna be trying to go for the territory victory here, and he can even go for the next temple upgrade once he gets the required resources. Yeah, I think this is a game over. I mean, Roachy is aging here, but I mean, his army's just down here raiding, and I mean, whilst raiding's good, I mean, it's not gonna really win him the game here. And yeah, this despot army is just getting out of control, because I mean, there's constantly units being created here from Woojean. I mean, he is finally coming to help out Hockeystar, but I mean, Hockeystar lost most of his army trying to defend the city. I think possibly if there was more coordination between these two players, they could have, you know, Hockeystar could have saved his army, and then Roachy could have come to help. But I think at this point it's I think it is GG, because now he's being doubled. Yeah, the GGs are called, and that concludes the first game here. And I think this was kind of similar to what happened in the game against MFW for Puck. You know, basically one side dominated the other, and the other player just wasn't able to help. But yeah, very good use of Russians here from Momo. He separated the players, and also, you know, Gems just helped tremendously, because Gems of Russians, again, on a map like this where there's not as much land, it's just easier. And also this third city here, I wish Roachy built it kind of where this city is now, because it would have helped to prevent what Momo was trying to do. But yeah, that's going to conclude the first game. I do think Meowz had slightly better rares. I mean, Pappy and Gems, and also Copper for the for going on sea. Although I don't know if Meowz actually used Copper. I don't see a merchant here. Do we know about it? I don't know. Let's actually look at the stats here. So we have Momo with the most wins here, and also the highest speed as well. And that's actually a pretty big speed difference here. Yeah, to be expected, the French player has the most units killed. Alright, so I'm going to go look at the second game now, so I will be back in a few moments. So let me just put over the overlay real quick. Okay, I'm back with the second game, guys. So, as you can see, it's going to be on Great Sahara, which, you know, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this map. I mean, we already have seen a lot of this map. So for Momo here, it's going to be Romans in red, Woojean, who's going to be Germans in blue. For Puck, there's going to be Hockeystar, who's going to be Spanish in purple. And finally, Roachy here, who's going to be Romans in orange. So it's going to be Romans versus Romans on this top side. So it's going to be interesting to see who can play Romans better and also who has the better rares. So yeah, let's just begin the game. So for Momo here, we do see that... Okay, let me just check something real quick. So... I'm just going to consult the tiers real quick. So they looks like they picked Romans and Germans for the Meowz team here, and the Germans are tier 3 and Romans are tier 1. It was like tier 1, tier 3 pick for Meowz. Romans is tier 1. Okay, so. Okay, so I don't see any problem here. I don't think there's... I'm not too really clued up on the rules. I don't think... I'm not too sure about nation repeats. I don't think there has been any repeats so far. So I think we're good. I'm not too sure what's going on here. But anyway, I assume this game's going to go ahead, so I'm just going to sort of cast the game. So we do see here that Momo is going to be starting off with, hang on a sec, I've not even changed the, sorry guys. So we see that Momo here has die here. Peacocks. Copper in this bottom corner, which, you know, this time we're going back to the normal maps here, so Copper has, is not going to be too useful. There's horses here, there's sugar. There's gems over on this side, Pappy, marble and furs. So, very nice rares overall. I mean, horses, sugar, furs, gems, and Pappy. Very nice indeed. You know, die too. I do think, we got like a mixture of boom rares and aggressive rares here for Meowz, so I think they can be quite sort of dynamic in their game approach here. On the other side we have diamonds here for Roachy, there's silver, there's wine on this side, bison, amber, salt, citrus, spice, and cotton. And okay, so we have, you know, pretty good rares on this side as well. I mean, diamonds and silver, as well as salt. You know, nice rares indeed. I'm trying to think. I do think that Meowz do have the better rares. I mean, I do think so because, you know, sugar, horses, gems, and furs, and Pappy is just. I think that's just too strong of a combination. I think, you know, whilst diamonds and silver is very good as well, I don't think it's going to be enough to counter this setup on the Meowz side here. I do think that Meowz do have more better rares. I mean, I think the quality of the rares overall is better for Meowz, so I do think I'm going to go ahead and say that I do prefer Meowz's rares. Anyway, let's look at the scouts in here for both sides. So we see that as Spanish here, it looks like there's going to be 2 scouts here for Hockeystar. Couple of villagers to scout as well. Roachy going to be scouting with, I think, 2 villagers and a scout. Let's look at the other side as well. I think Momo did scout with, I think 2 villagers. I'm just looking at the pathways here and a scout. So, and also Woojean scouting with 2 villagers, I think, or maybe 3, I don't know. So we don't seem to send out many scouts, I've noticed, from Meowz. We do seem to be quite conservative in that regard, I think. And if we look at the ruin count here, yeah, Hockeystar to be expected with the most ruins is Spanish, and Momo and Woojean here not doing brilliant on the ruins. I mean, Momo especially not having many ruins, whereas Woojean and Roachy are even. But I do think, having said that, I do think that you know, Momo and Roachy are pretty close. I mean, I would say that Momo is actually faster than Roachy here. Hockeystar is aged. He's going to be faster than the German player thanks to the ruins he got, and also Hockeystar went from Roachy 1, so he is leaps ahead of Woojean, who has actually missed quite a few ruins in his territory. I mean, you know, he's could have been lookout scouted. So it looks like Diamonds is going to be towered here for Roachy, which I do think is a good move. You know, cheaper towers for Romans, so you know, why not make use of it? Now, we do have salt here, so I do think, yeah, going for barracks here for Spanish, gonna have reduced barracks units. The cost of the barracks units, rather. Stable here, going for the German player, who do have horses, so it's gonna be horses versus salt. Now I do think that the salt itself is bugged. I think it's mislabeled as 15%, whereas actually 10%? I don't know if I've just made that up, but I think there is a bug regarding that. I could be wrong, but anyway, nice raid here from the Hockeystar here. Gonna be potentially taking out this merchant here. I think it will survive, rather, yep. And there is a horse archer here, so should be able to take out these hoplites here. Even just standing still, it looks like. Tower here for Momo, going to be towering the sugar. So both Roman players going to be making use of the cheaper towers. Alright, 2 universities coming down for Roachy. And unfortunately for Roachy, his salt merchant is going to get killed here from the cataphract, which is pretty unfortunate. For some reason there's some slingers that have been made here. I'm not too sure why, because slingers, I don't know, it's just not a good unit to make at this point. Ooh, nice raid from Roachy, going to be taking out the sugar merchants. And also going to be picking off a couple of villagers, I would think. Maybe. Okay, just take down one villager. Barracks coming down Civic 2 for Woojean here. I do think this is going to be a more even game for Puck, because I know that I do feel like they have kind of underperformed so far in this tournament, so I do hope that they can give a good performance this game. I do have a good feeling that they will, but we'll see. I mean, so far it's looking pretty promising. They're doing some nice raids here. I think Horses is going to be going down here. So this was a very cost-efficient horse archer here, and I just hope that Roachy doesn't forget about this, because okay, good, just managed to take out the hoplites. On the other side here, it looks like there's going to be a skirmish here between Hockeystar and Woojean, and City coming down here for Hockeystar. And I think getting a temple here as well ASAP. Okay, it looks like Woojean's going to be building here. I think to, you know, he needs to defend his barracks as well. And it looks like he will be saving both of those units there from when he was raiding here. So, you know, nice job there. Tower coming down onto the salt merchant. Good idea. And this is a pretty exposed mine here. I do think that maybe building it in the back would have been better, because this is quite exposed here. So it looks like both Meowz players going to be going for age 3 here. Finally a Senate coming down for Roachy. That's a very late Senate indeed. Usually it's one of the first buildings you would create once you get to classical age. In fact, I don't even... Oh no, sorry, there is a Senate here. Despot coming down for Woojean. And that's a lot of heavy infantry here. And okay, castle here coming down. Now this is going to be interesting, because I think that Woojean is going to take out this city. I mean, there's quite a few units here for Hockeystar. But there's only one villager here building the fort here. That's gonna get sniped. Ooh, and here come the raids from Momo on this side. He's I do like what he's doing here. He's got his main army here. He's got some raids in the back here. So he's gonna be raiding in multiple places, which is always ideal, because it does split your opponent's attention, and then he's going to be prone to making mistakes where it actually matters. Okay, so we're going to be having Woojean here. Is going to be going for the third city here for Hockeystar. And these units aren't upgraded yet, so there's not really much he can do. He does need to get this city big as soon as possible, so I think he needs to bring some villagers over and just get a lookout here, something to make this go big. Just maybe just keep his units away until they are upgraded. And yeah, it looks like Roachy's been hit pretty badly from this raid from Momo. I mean, And there's still units in the back here. And yeah, he needs more crossbowmen. This really does hurt to see, because now this castle is gonna get taken out here, and also Woojean's gonna get the plunder as well. I mean, that was the problem. There just wasn't enough villagers building the castle. $50 wealth from the caravan as well. Wow, look at all that metal. He's actually just giving Woojean the funds he needs to build his own castle. And it's kind of interesting how even with horses, you know, Woojean doesn't even have any horses. I mean, he can build them pretty cheaply, so I don't know why he's not doing that. Gonna be taking out the barracks as well. That's another probably 100 wood, 80 food rather. Yeah, this is not looking too good for Puck right now, because even on this side, oh, having said that, I think Roachy is actually pretty close to Gunpowder Age. He's actually closer than Momo is. So if he can get to Gunpowder Age, then you know, that could well be a chance for Puck here. Okay, it looks like Woojean's gonna be going for the capital here, and yeah, Roachy does need to make the rotation over, which he is doing, thankfully. Of course, he is leaving himself open here for either a massive raid or an attack here from Momo, but oh, nice job. Gonna be taking up the sieges here, or at least one siege. Okay, just need to micro this well though. And does he even have... Okay, he doesn't have hoplites. I mean, militia here. Oh, come on. Force march. I think Woojean's gonna get this. Yeah, he's gonna get this. Yeah, this is GG. Unfortunately, Roachy didn't get here fast enough. And there was no militia upgrade. Yeah, this is too late. It's just too late for the militia upgrade. And now, yeah. Now this sort of gives Momo time to attack Roachy. Cheaper age as well. And now Roachy has to go all the way back to his own city here. And now Woojean can just go back to the capital again for Hockeystar, so... And he's actually... Momo is aging as well. Yeah, this is just not... There's actually quite a few units here for Roachy, but I need to get in the next armourer. But they're just out of position right now. He does have the armour. But the problem is, yeah, there's no way Hockeystar's gonna hold. And there's no eco here for Roachy either. The GG has been called. Yeah, so I do think Puck did do a better performance this game. At least I think Roachy did a pretty good performance this game. I mean, there were some very nice raids early on the sugar and the horses. But yeah, I just think I mean, this city here, I mean, this is left also there's like a really wide sort of vacuum here where a Momo can just come in and raid here. So I think maybe putting a castle here would have helped, but also, I mean, on this side it was just GG, I think, because, you know, the castle not being finished in time, you know, he needed more villagers to build the castle, and I think the thing is, you need to be able to read what your opponent's going to do, and, you know, the thing about Germans is they almost always go for an H3 attack. Especially if the opponent has gone for Despot. I mean, you just know they're gonna rush you. So I think just having a slightly more awareness of what the opponent is going to do would have helped. But yeah, as I said in the beginning, I do think, yeah, Meowz do have the better rares, but I do think this was probably winnable for Puck, honestly. I do think this is winnable. Or at least I think it could have been closer. But that's going to conclude the best of 3 anyways. So yeah, it's going to be Meowz who are going to be back in the... let's actually just see what the actual current standings are. Let me just bring it up real quick. Just hold on. Alright, sorry guys. Okay, here we go. So yeah, as you can see here, well, obviously I hope you can see properly. In fact, sorry, let me just get this fixed. For some reason I have to do this every time. Okay, so as you can see here, the current standings for the standards, for the standard league, so it looks like Meowz are actually near the bottom, but after this game, I do believe they're going to be going up to, I think 1610 ELO, I think, so it should be sort of around the top 5, I would say, and where are... Okay, Puck Bunnies I think are going to be going towards the bottom now. So let me just bring up the... I was going to switch this back over to the overlay real quick. Sorry, let me just mute the music. You probably couldn't even hear me because I had the overlay on. Sorry about that. Let's also change the score to 2-0. And since this was a best of 3, that means that, in fact, yeah, Meowz are going to have an even greater score, actually. So let me just... let me just update the score. Okay, so there's going to be multiple games here. In fact, I'll just let you guys see. Okay, so here we have the calculator here, so it's going to be multiple games, and so the player rating for Meowz right now is, as you can see, it's 1600. So we type in 1600 here. The opponent's rating is also 1600. And if we do win 1 and also another win. So 2 wins here. So the final change is going to be... It's actually quite a drastic one, and I think this is why we initially didn't do this, because... But then again, because we want the best of 3 games to actually have some kind of... we want people to be doing best of 3s as well as best of 1s, and there's no point doing a best of 3 if it has the same sort of rating change as a best of 1. So we have here Meowz going to 1620. So let's just update that. And Puck Bunnies are going to be going all the way down to 1560, it looks like. Yeah, sorry guys. That's just how this is done. So now we just need to sort it. And there we go. So we have Meowz now, who are in the top 4 here. And I do hope that Puck Bunnies can actually get their score back up again, because... Yeah, I think we need to have some more games played, because so far the only teams that have played... I mean, as you can see, there's only been this many games played so far. So... Hopefully we'll be seeing some like new teams playing. But yeah, that's going to conclude the cast, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. I'm going to keep the stream running for a little bit longer. Just so that it's harder to predict the outcome. And yeah. I think okay, sorry guys, I think it just froze there for a second, possibly. But anyway, I'm just going to end the stream now, guys, and thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. So yeah, see you next time.